Hello, glorious souls and hearts. It is a tremendous pleasure to have you here in this holy space with us. And before we delve into the delicacies today, I would love to invite you to become a member of our Infinity Collective global community. The link for the space is in the comments below. And it is truly a fabulous oasis of some of the most heart-led beings you will ever be saturated in presence with on this planet, holy, holy souls. And you will receive access to exclusive content and videos from me in that space. So here we are. And what I would love for us to attune to together today is the art of high magic and divine union. So there's so many teachings in this world, and you'll hear me share many of them because I'm so fascinated by the infinite grand tapestry of self, of quantum physics, of science, of the evolution and expansion of human consciousness into supreme pure awareness and how we effervescently blossom and flower from that space, living in a marvelous landscape of our divine essence, really crystallized everywhere within and around us, holy presence of archangelic frequencies and benevolence and just the pure wonderment and beauty that is available to us in this existence, in our human experience. And so how do we create this as a unified whole in our lives? And I would love to just speak into the movement of, really in our internal realm and world, creating a space to open into and merge with the one golden light and presence of creation, our own supreme beingness of pure divine love operating and expressing everywhere simultaneously. This is a really palpable space to open ourselves into one infinite harmonic grand accord with our own truest and pure nature. And this is a vast, super prosperous, harmonized intelligence of pure power, of pure grace, of pure beauty, of pure freedom. And it's in the clarification, the unveiling of our lens of perception, seeing with the one eternal eye of creation itself, to see the truth, the luminous truth of who we are as the energy, the frequency, the heart, the quintessence, the soul of pure love. And we all know what this energy is. It's who we are. It is who we are. It is who we be. And so really opening and expanding into oneness, unison, harmonic grand accord with the truth of who we are. And from this space, engaging a divine dance of heartlight to heartlight, love to love, self to self, truly bowing in love, in playfulness, in honor, in reverence to all hearts, and really recognizing ourselves deeply in another, holding up a divine mirror, right? Because there's so many beautiful holy dualities in this world. We want to hold up the mirror of one another's flaws and shadows and perceived imperfections in the name of growth and evolution. And in truth, when we do this, all we are augmenting in the other are our own unconscious shadows. And this is just like such a cliche, but I'm going to say it. If you spot it, you got it. And this is really beautiful because what we see in the mirror of our experience is indicative of what we have yet to lovingly embrace and resolve within our own being. And so what a marvelous teacher the mirror of our reality is. It shows us and how super consciously aligned and coherent we are, how luminous our awareness is, and how many unconscious shadows we still have operating, and we get to love those too. And so the most simplified way to illuminate our shadows is to simply observe and become aware of anywhere where we are seeing anything other than the presence of pure source energy. These are our shadows. And to illuminate them, all we have to do is relinquish them into the light of pure awareness. That's all. Seeing one unified field of loving, benevolent presence, the truth and the glory and the goodness and the majesty and the marvel of who we all are. And so dancing in communion with one another. And this is the power of slowing down, dropping into the exquisite sensuality of our body and being so fully, devotionally, intentionally present to the source within one another. And what begins to crystallize and form and take shape in our experiences beyond conceptions of the mind, the way that love, our own God self, begins to show up for us is so profound that in my own experience, I am often humbled to tears of bliss and awe and reverence. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me and showing up so powerfully and consistently and graciously and spectacularly, abundantly, in ways that always supersede what I even believe or know to be possible. You know, and I'm a grand dreamer and visionist, you know, like I have incredibly refined, exquisite taste for the beauty of this life and this existence. And love is the one that ceaselessly blows me away. And so my invitation here is to, you know, instead of operating in a relationship with our own unconscious, which is as a beautiful sacred human species, we do this so often, myself included. This is how I've learned this mastery, because I have walked this path and I have lived this, and all that I share comes through direct experiential learned wisdom and embodiment. You know, we can enter these loops and these cycles of engaging with our own unconscious, and we create separation in that. We create two, a me and a you. And in truth, there is only one. There is only one presence of love operating. So if we can really distill down and unify all dualities into the singular perception of love and enter a space of timelessness to engage one another in that space, what begins to bloom and blossom in our lives is just unprecedented. Oh, so divinely delicious and decadent in all the ways that really, something that I began to do a couple of years ago actually is I had such exquisite messages of love and beauty and gratitude coming to me through really all facets of the diamond of my reality, reflecting in a myriad of ways through all the holy facets and aspects of the self. And it was literally like these primordial love letters from God itself coming to me, speaking through all of these sacred vessels and aspects of the self and really of my own being. And it was this holy communion of my God self engaging with my God self. And it was so mystically pronounced in my experience. I began to save these because it just felt like an ancient mystical love letter, like alive, you know, come to life fully in my reality. And still to this day, this unfurls and unfolds itself. And I have now this massive repertoire of all these gorgeous holy blessings and gifts and love letters and love notes and blessings and gifts and novel divine beauteous surprises that come to me. And it's just such a tremendous blessing. And it's solely, I give all credit to the union of God self to God self. And one of the spaces that I love to go to, I would say the high magic, if you know, I'm playing with new words for manifestation, right? Because it has been largely taught in a way that takes the emphasis off of the full manifestation of our own divinity and placed on you know, these things, feelings, sensations, experiences that we often attempt to complete ourselves through our creation, through the manifestation of these certain experiences. And I really invite us to come back home to the truth that all that any of us are looking for, because when we are in the deep challenge of life, all that we are asking for is love, love's presence, love's benevolence, love's embrace, love's all enveloping, abiding, resonant, warm, rich, ooey, gooey, delicious presence. That is all that we wish for in those moments in our life. In those moments, we are not asking for the relationship, for the house, for the money, for the vast array of things. We are asking for peace, for solace, for love in our being. So why not just go straight there and call forth the essence and the power and the majesty and the grace of love, of our own true quintessence. And so one of the things that I love to do is I just really, I center in my core, in my eternal heart, in my immortal flame, the aspect of our being that transcends this incarnation and exists from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, no matter how our form shifts and shapes and remolds and resculpts itself. What I call our divine identity, our true identity as the eternal light, flame, and spark of existence itself. And I center in this space in my being, and I open into the embodiment of eternity, the sentient architecture and structure of my infinite being and nature. And I open a dialogue with the eternal heart, flame, and spark within all beings, within all life forms, all plant and animal kingdoms, cosmic, galactic, celestial councils of light, archangels, ascended masters, elemental wisdom, Mother Earth, the rich, resplendent soils of the land, the waters, the quintessence of the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the mountains, the jungles, the forests, all aspects and facets of the self. And I commune deeply with the light of creation. And I begin to welcome. I welcome, and we're going to open into this in another transmission. It's going to be fun. I'm going to teach you my lavishment codes because they are palpable, powerful, and profound, and you will be awestruck in the most heavenly ways by how this flame of love that is your own eternal heart begins to really dazzle you with its love, expressing through all forms, as all forms in your reality. But I begin to welcome love. And this is how I do my activations, my encodements, how I keep my consciousness clarified and pure to the utmost of my capacity while extending grace to my humanness. And I simply marinate in, reflect upon, call forth, welcome, invite the light of love, the lavishment of love, the holy embrace of love. And I get into deep specifics and I begin to sculpt and define my creation in the way that love shows up for me, in the ways that are resonant to my own unique soul blueprint. And this is different for all of us. So this is how we begin to script and author our lives from a super conscious perspective. We begin to author our super conscious narrative. And so, just to summarize the exquisiteness of this transmission, it's opening in to one accord with the light of creation, our golden body, oneness with love, opening that dance of infinity to infinity, love to love, self to self, divinity to divinity. And then also from that space, welcoming the one into our existence, operating through and as all people, places, things, beings, experiences, intelligences, and formations to bless and lavish us in the holy royal love of creation and the truth of who we are. in giving form and shape and definition to our creative tapestry. So I invite you to play with all of these beautiful energies and frequencies in your life, in your inner planes, and to just operate in pure gratitude for all of the majesty that shows up and to be as you move and dance through your beautiful ballroom of creation, being timelessly aware of noticing the gifts, the grace, the gold, the blessings, and all the ways that your loving God essence is showing up for you powerfully. I love you all so incredibly much. And again, we would be honored to have you with us in our Infinity Collective delicious oasis. And I look forward to sharing this beautiful space again with you all very soon. I love you. Mwah.